Good evening, I'm Justin Betty. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and local health officials say they've seen many new improvements in genetic testing and how they look for signs of breast cancer. But there's some issues as well. Newswatch 12's Megan Mamlock joins us now live in studio with more. Megan?
Health officials tell me women and men can be at increased risk of breast cancer through obesity, lack of exercise, and menopause. But there's now another threat people need to be concerned about: folks delaying their screening because of COVID-19.
Dr. Wilkie, the director of UW Health's Breast Center, says genetic testing for breast cancer is now far more advanced than it used to be, with doctors being able to test upwards of 70 genes with a simple blood or saliva sample.
For individuals that have a family history of either someone who had breast cancer at a young age, or have more than two individuals on the same side of the family, like maternal versus paternal, that would warrant additional evaluation through genetic testing.
There are other genetic risk factors too.
The earlier you start your periods and the later you go through menopause, the higher the risk of breast cancer.
But despite all the new available knowledge, doctors say it won't help if people don't get tested. And because of COVID-19, more people are staying away from their doctor if they can help it.
But it's a modeling group that is estimating that we will see, instead of decreases in breast cancer mortality, increases of about 1%. And across a huge group of people, that's big numbers.
Some signs of breast cancer a person can look for without visiting a doctor include dimpling in the breast, a hard mass, and nipple discharge or bloody nipple discharge.
Dr. Lee Wilkie says that there are other things you can do to limit your risk of breast cancer. They include limiting your alcohol consumption, healthy eating, and exercising. But they say it's important to continue to see your physician for your screenings and be breast aware. Justin.
Outside, Jeff, lots of rain earlier, but looking better now.
Yeah, the sun will set in 14 minutes from now after a day full of rain early, followed by this outside right now. But again, a beautiful evening, but this morning was kind of wet from this rain that came through earlier. Almost an inch of rain in a few spots across the area today, but the back edge of the clouds have come through. We're in a dry slot now, but off to the west of us, that's more cloud cover. We'll get some mostly cloudy skies in here after midnight tonight, and then have lots of clouds around here tomorrow as well. Temperatures, though, aren't too bad. We're back in the 50s again, even a few low 60s in there. Tomorrow, same as today, temperatures near 60 without the rainfall tomorrow, before we get really wet on Wednesday, and then we get really cold around here for Thursday and Friday. Your forecast tonight, though, is partly cloudy skies, lows down near 40. Your full forecast is coming up. Justin.
Thanks, Jeff. Today, a Wisconsin judge has upheld Governor Evers' mask mandate in the face of a conservative challenge. St. Croix County Circuit Judge R. Michael Waterman ruled today Evers did not overstep his authority by issuing multiple emergency orders on coronavirus. Evers says the mask order was within his power, that he had followed recommendations of public health experts. The lawsuit had argued that Evers could only issue one emergency declaration per crisis without legislative approval. Worth noting, the ruling today also said legislature has the power to overturn the mask mandate order if they have the votes. COVID-19's made a lot of things more complicated, and for some, spending time at home could be a health risk. Officials at the Tri-County Council on Domestic Violence, a domestic violence shelter in Rhinelander, report getting less calls for help during the Safe Rent Home order this past spring. Activists say this is likely because victims didn't have the opportunity to reach out for help safely.
They have access to a phone. The fear of being caught by their abuser is very strong. Yeah, just him being there all the time, looking over their shoulder, or her being there all the time is fearful.
Now, with COVID-19 case numbers surging in Wisconsin, shelter officials say they could see a similar trend to last spring, with victims having more difficult times accessing shelter resources, things like their Facebook page, their 24/7 hotline, because they're often with their abuser. Shields says it's important victims make a plan.
A big thing is safety planning, and you would go over that with an advocate on how to and what you can do to keep yourself safe in a situation where you are unable to leave.
Despite the pandemic, officials say shelters are open and they are following COVID-19 guidelines best they can to ensure that it is safe for everyone. World Space Week came to a close last week with an astronomy night at North Lakeland Discovery Center in Manitowish waters. About a dozen amateur stargazers came out for the live demonstrations, some tips on stargazing, and the chance to view Jupiter and Saturn guided through a telescope. Jim Head began volunteering with NASA to do these community events about 15 years ago.
He has a passion for the stars and the planets and astronomy in general, but his big passion is sharing what he knows with the public.
Had started the Northwoods Explorers, a group of stargazers in the area. They work with local libraries and other groups to host astronomy nights, but COVID-19 has slowed things down a bit.
Right now we're laying the groundwork to find other observing sites for public star parties. We're trying to find someplace dark.
Head's passion prompted him to even build his own observatory atop his house. He says astronomy is a great way for folks, young and old, to get excited about science and our place in the universe. Well, some birthdays are more important, bigger than others, turning 21 or 16, maybe your 50th birthday, for example. But once you hit triple digits, they're all a big deal. Helena Rornick of Eagle River is celebrating her 102nd birthday today. That's her on the porch. Members from First United Church of Christ visited her to sing happy birthday, stayed on her front lawn or just kind of from a distance on the porch, to be socially distant, though they did leave birthday cards. The day she says she was not expecting at all.
It's hard to say. It's so hard for me to tell that I was just so overwhelmed. But it's wonderful to have so many lovely friends.
As you saw, it was rainy, a bit cool this morning, but it didn't stop dozens of folks from showing up to wish Helena a happy birthday. They say she is a very special person.
She is an amazing lady. She still lives alone and is independent, and she is a real treasure.
A 102, good for her. COVID wasn't the first pandemic she's lived through. In fact, Helena was born in 1918, which means she survived the Spanish flu pandemic from that year as well. We're just over 3 weeks now for the big November election. The Lac du Flambeau tribe has already chosen their new leaders. We'll have more on that and their outlook for the future coming up. But first, Jeff's in with your full forecast. Next on Newswatch 12 at 6.
Because of this, we built Ford Super Duty to be the most capable heavy-duty pickup ever. Because of this, we built Ford F-150 with 375 horsepower. Because of this, we built Ford Ranger with the terrain management system. And because Ford trucks are built for this, you made Ford America's best-selling brand. Now get a built Ford Tough F-150 XLT with $10,272 in total savings.
When Joe Biden wants an update on the virus, he calls on the nation's top health experts. Working together for all Americans is what Joe does. When writing his healthcare plan, Joe Biden worked with both doctors and patients to make healthcare affordable by lowering premiums, reducing drug costs, and protecting people with pre-existing conditions. Joe listened to both small business owners and workers to create his economic plan that cuts taxes for middle-class families, creates 18 million new jobs in his first term, and raises wages by as much as $15,000 a year. Joe Biden's plans will help working families immediately by making the super rich finally pay their fair share. For Joe, it's never been about ego. It's always been about the work he can do for working families. It's what he's always done. Joe Biden brings everyone to the table and gets it done.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
What is the Renewal by Andersen replacement window difference? It's the quality and reliability that comes from our 25-year legacy of excellence. Add lasting comfort and style to your home with our custom-built replacement windows and save big during our 25th anniversary celebration. Call now. Schedule your free window diagnosis, and for a limited time, take advantage of this money-saving offer plus special financing. Installation is always included. Call Renewal by Andersen today. The better way to a better window.
In 2016, I voted for Donald Trump, but where do you start with all the lies? When he said it'll magically go away, he was lying and he knew it. He will never get the economy going again. I'm voting for Joe Biden this time. He understands getting the economy going means getting the pandemic under control. He understands our everyday life, whereas Trump doesn't get it.
ABPAC is responsible for the content of this ad.
There you are, a healthy rain for many of us today, followed by some sunshine through the afternoon. Now it's going to get a bit chilly tonight, followed by some more rain back in the forecast for us on Wednesday. Looking outside now, though, there goes the rain that came through earlier this morning. We are in a dry slot right now, but there are some clouds not too far away. We'll get mostly cloudy skies in here tonight after sunset, and then probably mostly cloudy skies tomorrow as well, before our next system gets in here on Wednesday. That's along a next cold front. That's really going to change our lives for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, into next week as well. But look outside right now. The sun sets at 6:17. It's a beautiful evening out there now. Hardly a cloud in the sky anywhere across northern Wisconsin right now. But again, that will change after midnight tonight. Okay, so let's talk for a minute. We have some cooler temperatures on the way, and once they get here, they're not going to go anywhere anytime quickly, so we've been waiting for this, right? But really well below average temperatures are on the way, beginning on Wednesday, and then really kicking in for us on Thursday. You think, hey, look at this, we're in good shape, right? But this heat is going to stay there. Our air is going to come from this way, and this time of year, the cold air typically wins across northern Wisconsin, and it will win this week. Outside now, it's 52 in Rhinelander, 52 also for Tomahawk. So these temperatures are comfortable, but don't get too used to these because cooler air, much cooler air is on the way. We're going to have some highs in the 30s and lows in the 20s not too far from now. Okay, so here's the big picture, and this blob of cold air keeps getting closer and closer and closer and closer, and it's getting to a point now where it doesn't retreat, right? So once we get into this on Thursday, it's going to linger into the middle portions of next week as well, keeping the cold temperatures around as it sends down kind of reinforcing shots of cold air our way. So the next slide here is the 7-day temperature trend. You ready? Here we go. 58 tomorrow, 48 for Wednesday, and then that's a 40 for Thursday, 41 Friday, 39 Saturday, 42 Sunday, meaning much of the days, if not all these days, spent in the 30s for temperatures in the afternoon. The average high is still 56, so this is well below average temperatures, and then beyond that, it looks like the cold air is going to stick around for a while. Here we are October 19th through 25th, keeping the cold air across the Midwest. But the coasts are going to be warm, yay for them. But for us, nope, cold air is settling in. And there also are a couple systems coming our way. So what does that mean? Well, we're going to have cold air in place and maybe some rain showers that could change over to some snow showers at night over the weekend. Right now, snow on the ground is in Quebec area, followed by some parts of the Rockies right now. This will likely expand this week as this system pulls out of here right now. Then behind it, this system will come through on Wednesday. Behind this system is the really cold air and several more systems behind that will likely give us some wet weather over the weekend. Your forecast tonight, though, is mostly cloudy skies to partly cloudy skies. Still a bit breezy. Low temperatures down near 40 and a southwest breeze around 10 for tomorrow. Okay, so partly cloudy, still a bit breezy. A couple sprinkles cannot be ruled out as high temperatures reach for 60, but probably stop just short with a southwest breeze through the afternoon. And then looking ahead, your 7-day forecast by Northwoods Furniture and Mattress shows a wet day for us on Wednesday, clearing out Wednesday night as the cold front comes through, holding high temperatures near 40 on Thursday. And then here we are, lows in the mid-20s, highs near 40, pretty much through the weekend. Justin?
Thanks, Jeff. A housing survey is being launched to determine housing needs in the Tomahawk area. Organizers looking to find out what types of housing are needed, what's wanted in the area. Organizers say the results of the survey will be used to develop a comprehensive picture of housing needs, be shared with area businesses, real estate developers, residents. Residents can begin responding to the survey on Thursday. We'll have a link to it on our website, wjfw.com. 2020 is a year of elections. Of course, the big presidential election is coming up in just over 3 weeks. Meanwhile, the Lac du Flambeau Band of Lake Superior Chippewa already had some political activity of their own this month. Today, LDF held a swearing-in ceremony for their elected officials after holding an election last week. Newly elected tribal president John Johnson says being in this position on Indigenous Peoples Day today is extremely humbling.
Very humbled to be standing here today, and also honored, that our people did get out to vote this year. And I'm going to take care of our community as best I can with our council.
Johnson also said he wants everyone to stick together during the pandemic and hopes to make some changes.
I love everyone here and I respect everyone here, and hopefully we can make some good changes throughout our community and that we can all stick together in this pandemic.
We'll have more on the swearing-in ceremony coming up on Newswatch 12 at 10. Hearings began today for the Supreme Court hearing for Supreme Court nominee Judge Amy Coney Barrett. We'll hear what Republicans are looking to do here, what Democrats are fighting back. We'll have the latest on today's proceedings after the break.
Decades of unfair trade deals shuttered thousands of family farms in Wisconsin. But President Trump worked out a fix for farmers, a great trade deal, USMCA. Ron Kind and Nancy Pelosi, they played politics. They held up the trade fix for 8 months while Wisconsin farms closed. I'm Derek Van Orden. In the SEALs, I learned that leaders take action and put their people first, and that's why I approve this message.
You have found your soulmate. Now it's time to find the perfect ring. At Golden Carrot Jewelers, you can choose from an extensive selection of engagement and wedding rings. Fresh designs reflecting the most current trends, from organic, art deco, and vintage design to timeless classics in white, yellow, and rose gold. See the new Romance Collection, Lyria and Lumiere Bridal Collections, and new styles from Gabriel New York, S. Kashi, and more. Engagements begin here. Will yours? Golden Carrot Jewelers, downtown Minocqua.
These days, we need effective leadership more than ever. Leaders like Ron Kind. He led the fight for free coronavirus testing and got it done. And he's making sure rural hospitals can keep their doors open so you can get care when and where you need it. And he's the only candidate fighting to protect people with pre-existing conditions. Ranked one of the most independent members of Congress, Ron Kind focuses on one thing: moving Wisconsin forward. AHA PAC is responsible for the content of his advertising.
Okay, fellas, let's rock and roll. What are you guys seeing up there?
Please press 1 to speak to an offensive coordinator.
What?
Press 2 to speak to a defensive coordinator. Para escuchar en español, marque 3.
You gotta be kidding me.
Remind you of your wireless service? Cellcom offers live local customer service from a team that's here to provide clarity. Cellcom, clarity in a cloudy world.
For a menu of stadium food options, stay on the line and someone will take your order.
It's that time of year when Madison politicians try to rewrite history. Well, Patrick Teston's not fooling anyone. After he took their cash, Teston helped the insurance companies score, single-handedly blocking protections for people with pre-existing conditions. And when Foxconn came knocking, Teston voted to give them billions of our taxpayer dollars for nothing in return. No accountability, no guaranteed jobs. In Madison, Teston's working for the special interests, not us. And that's the T.
Today, the Senate Judiciary Committee began its hearings for Supreme Court nomination of Judge Amy Coney Barrett. Now, Republicans believe they have the votes to get Barrett confirmed, and they want to do it before Election Day. Democrats are putting up a fight, knowing they can only go so far without some help. Susan McGinnis has the latest.
So help you God.
Supreme Court nominee Amy Coney Barrett today making her case to fill the seat once held by the late Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
I have been nominated to fill Justice Ginsburg's seat, but no one will ever take her place.
President Trump's third nominee today saying she plans to stick to the words of the Constitution.
But courts are not designed to solve every problem or right every wrong in our public life.
Republicans and Democrats digging in their opening statements.
You stand accused of intending to violate your oath before you even take it.
I believe we should not be moving forward on this nomination, not until the election has ended and the next president has taken office.
Barrett is a favorite among Republicans, a conservative protege of the late Justice Antonin Scalia, a mother of 7 and a devout Catholic.
They are attacking you as a mom and a woman of faith because they cannot attack your qualifications.
But Democrats steered clear of religion, focusing instead on health care and how 6 conservative justices might rule on the upcoming challenge to the Affordable Care Act. Among senators questioning Barrett this week, vice presidential candidate Kamala Harris.
by replacing Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg with someone who will undo her legacy, President Trump is attempting to roll back Americans' rights for decades to come.
Democrats will be walking a thin line between questioning and attacking this nominee, knowing that Republicans likely have the votes to seat Amy Coney Barrett as a Supreme Court justice before the month is out.
Where was Ron Kind when he missed 138 votes in the last 3 years? Follow the money. Kind's taken nearly $10 million from corporate special interests. Sworn affidavits allege pay-to-play meetings. $10,000 for 1 hour with Kind. Do the math. Ron Kind's been busy.
He's in a meeting at the moment?
Probably selling you out. Congressional Leadership Fund is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Lake of the Torches Resort Casino. You can count on us for all the hottest slots inside. Sun-dappled water outside. Enjoyment comes naturally here with abundant home-style foods, the most exciting promotions, and the new Lake Club that rewards you for playing. At Lake of the Torches Resort Casino, expect the best of everything every time you visit. Winning's more fun at the lake.
Earn your nursing, healthcare, business, or tech degree fully online in a way that works for you. At Rasmussen College, you can start strong with programs built online by design, with a campus nearby to support you. We prepare you for success before and after graduation with seamless credit transfer policies, strong support services, and courses designed and taught by experts. Rasmussen College, locally and online nationally. Start strong, finish stronger at rasmussen.edu.
Advice from trial attorneys, lawyers for the injured.
Don't give a statement to the insurance company after your accident. Talk to a lawyer first. The insurance company wants to shoot your case down. See the Mater legal team. We will help you from the beginning and get the job done.
Donald Trump is lying about Medicare and Social Security. Trump's pushing to slash Medicare benefits. He's proposed eliminating the funding source for Social Security, a plan that would drain Social Security by 2023. Joe Biden will protect Medicare, and he's proposed a plan to increase Social Security benefits. The choice is clear. Donald Trump will cut Medicare and Social Security. Joe Biden will protect them.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
Hi, I'm Justin Williman with Miracle Ear of Marshfield. If you're struggling to hear your favorite news and entertainment shows, stop in and see me for a free hearing test.
This is one of the symbols of the World Cup and the Olympics down in Rio, and today the statue of Christ the Redeemer in Brazil turns 89. The cornerstone monument was put in place in 1922. The construction was completed and opened on October 12, 1931. Back in 2007, the Redeemer statue was chosen by one of the 7 wonders of the modern world. Celebrations start today, leading up to the 90th year celebration next year in Brazil.
Okay, all right. Outside today, for us, it was a windy day today. Yes. Winchester saw wind gusts near 40, Point 39, around near 37 at the airport, so you get the idea. Yep. The wind is dying down now. However, there will be a breeze in the air tonight. Temperatures, though, are not that bad. We're in the 50s, heading down to like 40 for a low tonight, but not too far from now, we're going to have high temperatures reaching for 40. The rain is now gone. The clear skies have moved in. There are some clouds to the west that will get in here after midnight tonight. And then we're looking at a partly cloudy to mostly cloudy day tomorrow with a slight chance for a couple of showers, followed by a good rain on Wednesday. And then it just gets kind of chilly around here. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Highs near 40 and maybe a rain-snow mix over the weekend.
Bust out the puffy coats.
Yeah,
thanks,
coats.
Jeff. Thank you for joining us on Newswatch 12 at 6. We'll see you back here tonight at 10 with more.